Hello, and welcome to Bubbles and Breakdowns, a space designed for you to show up as your beautifully imperfect self, where we dive into the good, the bad, and those bubbles. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Katrina. And in this episode, if you've been along our journey of goals and intention and vision boards and reflection, well, now we are going to move beyond the idea of, hey, new year, new me.
New me.
Yeah. How about this? New year, better me?
Ooh.
Or like new year, improved me? Ooh. We want to get rid of that just like really overzealous enthusiasm. And instead, we want to dive into some practical frameworks to help us achieve our goals. Because we all know that after the shininess of the new year fades, so do our energy, so does our motivation, and then we could be losing out on those goals. So let's talk about some foundational steps in defining intention of our goals and the purpose, and then get into deadlines, and then get into ensuring that our goals are not just wishes, but that they're actionable and they're measurable projects for ourselves. So let's get real, guys, about how we can take those goals and make them actually happen, not just wishful thinking.
Seriously. Katrina.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
Did you know that 80% of resolutions fail by mid-February?
That is shocking.
Shocking.
80%.
80 by mid-February. We're in month 2
That's
of
depressing.
the year.
Yeah, it's depressing.
And it's a short month.
Right. Like all of a sudden the gym memberships start to get stale and your check-ins get down and like then you're off track.
And why do you think this is happening?
I guess maybe they don't have good reasons for the goals. I don't know.
I think that's probably it.
Or not motivated or not accountable.
I mean,
or maybe they didn't put together an idea of what it could look like.
Or a vision board.
Or a vision board.
No, but if you really think about it, that's 45 days in.
Yeah, it's not long.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's a very startling statistic, you know? And I think, let's get to that why.
Right.
Why are people not bringing this through the whole year? You're 2 months in, you have 10 months left, and it's not even the entire month, it's mid. Right? So let's kind of talk about what we think will help get us there to bring us through that hump of really realizing these goals and making them work for us. Because when you set things, you're not looking to fail. Right. We want each other to be successful. We want to make something clear and concise that we can achieve.
Right.
Right?
So let's talk about the difference of just a goal versus having a real intention.
I love it.
So I could have a goal. I want to lose weight. Well, guess what? I've had that goal many, many years prior to this last year, Ashley, and I never achieved it. What was different about this year for me was that I had a reason why. Mm-hmm. My reason why was health related. Shouldn't have to get to that point, but that's what it was. So my intention was to reduce my blood pressure, to get rid of my plantar fasciitis, which is exacerbated by weight gain, to manage my sleep apnea, which is exacerbated by weight gain. And what do you know? Because I had the intention of improving my health.
She had her why.
I had my why. So if you scratch a little deeper, like you peel the onion, that additional few layers, sometimes it's maybe not even just like an underlying easy thing to get at.
Right.
But you need to start asking yourself, why? Why is this a goal?
Right.
And why am I doing it? If you just have a goal, then you don't even have any roots. You've got this floating little marble out in the universe.
Totally. And you might even realize if you get to your why, your goal might not be really helping you get to your why.
Exactly. Could be a misplaced goal.
Absolutely.
Or just not relevant
and
at
you're
all.
like, oh, that's not the way I'm going to get to this.
Right.
Right? To really get to that underlying thing. So the goal is really your what? Right? Your
it's
measurable,
the thing you want to do.
Yep. Your measurable outcome, right? Of solving that why or giving you that justification of like, this is what I need and what I want to do.
Right.
To be successful in
my
life.
So let's give an example of like, I could go into this being like, I want to get a promotion. And then if you start being that annoying kid, it's like, why? And you ask 5 whys or whatever number of whys it takes to get to the goal. So if you were to ask, let's play this out. So I'm going to say, Ashley, I want to get a promotion.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I deserve it.
Why?
Well, because I work really hard at my job and I want to have a better title.
Why?
Well, I think I need more money.
Why?
I mean, I guess I don't really need more money.
Why?
I have enough. I don't really, not a good goal.
Not a good goal.
Not a good goal. If it falls apart, if in those questions, if in those why questioning, it doesn't get to a real thing, then dissolve the goal and refocus. And so then maybe that new goal could be, I want to crack open my career. I want to explore different avenues. And I just got chills because I've been doing a lot of this inner work. And I want to see what else is possible in my life. Or, hey, I want to take a break and I want to reevaluate. And now we're getting to like the real goals.
Totally. And I think there's something so deep in finding your intention, in finding this purpose that is going to draw that motivation 20 times further, that you don't fail in mid-Feb.
Yes.
Because you have a fully baked idea that you're kind of committed to because you've done all this deep digging, right? If you're unearthing something of like, why do I want to do this? Or like, how do I want to make this stick? But you're really working to get down, peel that onion.
Yes.
Right? It's going to be that much more relevant for you to not give up on it.
Because the only goals that you will be successful at, I would argue, are the ones that you fully own in your soul.
Absolutely.
That you know without a shadow of a doubt, this is something that you really, really, really want or need, or your body's saying, I need this, please help me. Or your spouse says, we need this, or your kids say, we really need this. Like, those are the goals that are going to give you like that beautiful intrinsic motivation that then will get you over the humps of I'm tired, or get over the humps of I can't, and pushes you to show up for yourself.
Totally. And we're very reasonable people. We realize it's not going to be every day where you're not going to be like, I hate this, like whatever.
Yeah.
But you got to come back to that why.
Yeah.
And you got to get there. And does it give you life? Does it give you energy that you're talking about? Do this energy check of like, is this something I want to commit to? Because that's the other thing. We are stretched thin.
Right.
We're not signing up for goals' sake.
Right.
We're signing up for these for ourselves.
Exactly.
Right? And there's something so being accountable to yourself is, I think, the hardest thing.
Yeah. You can talk yourself out of a lot.
Yes. And we don't always put ourselves first when you have so many responsibilities. So if you're finding this inner dialogue that is drawing you to this conclusion and this intention and finding this purpose and finding your why you want to do something, you're going to be unstoppable.
Right.
But remind yourself through the year, it's a long year.
It's a long year.
But I think it's so important. And I think also, like we were talking about, you got to be realistic.
100%.
In all of this.
Yes. And you need to check your energy around that goal. I think that's the other thing. So we go back to that stat. Okay, 80% goals die on the vine by mid-Feb. Wah, 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 failure. And then these poor little New Year's goals and New Year's resolutions get such a bad rap. And we're like, oh, New Year sucks. It's like, maybe your goals suck. And that's my challenge, is that how many people of that 80%, or how many goals within that 80% were just the wrong goals.
But I also think you're over there feeling bad for New Year's resolutions. I'm over here almost like, you know what? It's kind of pressure.
Yeah.
To set these goals for the whole year.
Yeah, but you can course correct, right?
Totally. But I also think I work really well by assigning things deadlines and saying the year's a long time. I'm going to look at this in chunks.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to check in with myself every 30 days and say, am I making progress?
Are these still relevant?
Yes, that's the other thing. You could have accomplished something early on, and you can kind of check out of that one.
I'm constantly redefining goals all year long. I think to that point of like getting timelines. I use the New Year's time as a manner upon which to reflect and calibrate. I think we could continue to calibrate. But I also think what you mentioned around deadlines and timelines, there's a real important way to look at these goals and not just saying like, I want to lose weight. Maybe refine your goal to saying, I want to go to the gym a minimum of 3 days a week. Okay. Or I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables. Or I'm going to start measuring my water. Right. And all of those things, by the way, compound and they start to snowball and they start to gain energy. And then one good habit leads to another. And in fact, science behind habits, there's something called these keystone habits that create additional momentum.
Yes.
One of the biggest keystone habits that everybody can do to manifest more positivity around their lives and in their energy flow is exercise, is moving our bodies.
Totally.
So if you only commit to like, I'm going to show up at the gym 3 days a week, well, you might start all of a sudden surprising yourself and going 5 days.
There literally is so much. I think sometimes thinking about losing weight and exercising gets a little daunting, right? Because you're like, oh, I have so much energy. But if you think about it that way of just, I have been starting to do it for my mental health so I can think clearer and be more dialed in. It's such a different lens that I think is a little less intimidating.
100%. The other flip on just the exercise one is when I am feeling tired. In the past, I would have said like, oh, I just need to rest. But my husband has actually been the one to say, when you're tired, you actually need to go move. Unless like you're sick or like there's a real reason you're tired, like your kid was waking up all night or you didn't sleep well. Those are real reasons. Right. I know. PTSD. But truthfully, I can't tell you how many times where I'm like, oh, my energy is so low. And then I go for a long walk or a run. And then all of a sudden I have this like energy spark. So it's like, you may think what you need isn't actually what you need. So like reframing that, you know, if you're feeling tired all the time, that's not an excuse to exercise. It's actually a reason to, right? So again, it's that purpose, that intention is like, I want to feel more clarity I want to have less brain fog. I want to have more energy. Well, exercise is a great way to do a lot of those things.
Absolutely.
And help your body.
And you don't have to just go run.
No. And you can do anything. Just move your body. Yeah. So there's the deadline timeline thing. You know, I'll share one of my goals. It's like a carry forward from last year, but it's an additional loss of 15 pounds. So I lost, 20-ish. I want to lose an additional 15 pounds. And I put myself a goal of April 1st. And now I'm kind of like backing out from that date and being like, how am I going to do that? What does that look like? Okay, how many pounds on average would I have to lose? And it's going to start chunking it out and making it, like I think you mentioned this before, chunking it out, making these goals into consumable bits.
Yes. And they seem that much more attainable.
Yes.
Right? It's not daunting. It's not this whole thing. But also, you don't have time to procrastinate.
Right.
Right? If you look at a year, you're like, oh, is one more week really going to deter me? Or, oh, why don't I just do it after so-and-so's birthday celebration? Mm-hmm. Or no. Mm-hmm. Like my dad always told me this, and I just keep it near and dear to my heart. There is no tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? The next day, there's going to be a tomorrow. You're playing catch up with tomorrow. You're chasing your own tail.
All you have is today.
Yes. So it's kind of one of those things. If you're committing to yourself, you've done your digging, you've peeled that onion, you have your why to find out the real why, you need to start now.
Absolutely. And I think there's a lot of ways to get started, but then there's like this whole, how do we keep it going?
I know.
How do we, find the accountability measures? How do we put a framework? And I think like we've talked about this before, and it's just a good reminder as you're getting into, okay, you can write a goal with a timeline. Okay, that's wonderful. And making sure it's relevant, rooted in purpose and intention, like the why. But now it's like, do you need an accountability partner?
Yes.
Do you need someone who's going to hold you accountable?
I told Katrina, we're on this 15-pound voyage together. So we are going to be our partners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether she likes it or not.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
So it's a great way, I think. And again, we always talk about the speak your intention out loud.
Yes.
You are to somebody
verbal
else.
Commitment.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Of like, if she tells me I'm going to get up on the treadmill at 5 a.m., I'm going to set my alarm and text her.
Right.
And be like, hey.
Hey.
She's like, oh, it was on airplane mode.
No, I don't keep my phone by my bed. But
oh yes, we're carrying that over.
But I do think it's like hey, did you get your movement in today?
Yes.
How's the water intake, or how is your food choices? Like, I do think that there's a beautiful, because now we've established this kind of like mutual contract where it's going to be expected that we will hold the mirror up to each other and be like, Ashley, put down the muffin.
Down.
Walk away. No, I'm kidding. But no,
I see you in line at Crumble Cookie.
yeah, I see.
What is happening?
Yeah, I'm tracking your GPS. Why have you been at Crumble Cookie for half an hour?
Why did I share my location with her?
No, but I do think that that's an invitation to like a level of, accountability that can really help. I'm excited.
Me too.
And I think that's the other thing is like, not only am I excited for myself to be held accountable by you, Ashley, but I'm excited to be able to celebrate your success.
Totally.
Because I know you're going to be successful.
And I think to take this one level further, I've seen people have a lot of success if they gamify something. And I think that's why the Apple Watch or Fitbit or Garmin, when you can compete against people, having a little fun, having a little poke, whatever, it kind of helps you because you're also taking it to a different level of enjoyment, right? You're not taking that burden yourself. You're sharing it, and not to put it as a burden, but right, sometimes we're talking about all these things that can stop us at this mid-Feb. We want to like push that out of the water. So find things that are going to work for you with others, right? Get out there, be like, 10,000 step challenge or whatever, right? I think there's something really to that. And we thrive on human connection. So if you can bring that into your own space.
Yeah, don't go alone.
No. It makes it that much more enjoyable, right?
The quote that I love that, as a long distance runner, I often think about why I love
Is it run, force, run?
I was just running. Similar. No, the reason why I like road races of collective unification of people going out and doing a half marathon or a 10K or whatever is because there's so much momentum and excitement. But also there's this quote that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, which some people are in the front of the flock and they're going alone. And I'm like, I'm never going to be that. Or if you want to go far, go together. And I can't tell you how many times in those road races, either I have been helped by someone talking to me like, you got this, or I'm helping someone being like, we only have a quarter mile. Don't walk now, right? You got this, right? And I think that that's such an important thing to remember is if we try to achieve all of our goals in isolation, some of them are sometimes very isolating goals, and you just have to do that sometimes with certain goals, depends what they are. But if we go together, I think we'll go a lot farther. We'll make it past mid-Feb. We'll make it past July. And then ultimately, like, at the end of the day, it's, every single day is another choice we're going to make. And how are we going to support one another? How are we going to support our partner that, they want to find a new job? Or how are we going to support our best friend who, wants to go for a new certification or a degree? Like, checking in with people, like bring people into it.
And I think it makes it that much more relevant to them, right? So let's say they don't have their vision board out or their goals listed.
Right.
They're not going away.
Right.
You're bringing it back to their space. So let's talk about now a little bit. I know you mentioned this, Katrina, and I love this about compounding these snowball things, right? So we're talking about this accountability and momentum, and really, are there these daily non-negotiables that you can make this commitment to yourself that can help get you to your goal, that actualization of achievement, right? So it could be, like you said, I'm in this health space.
Yep.
My poor body has been craving water, and I'm like, here's another coffee, right? Like all those memes I see out for the month of December. So it's like, I want to drink whatever my ounce allotment is that I should be drinking. Like maybe that's your daily non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it puts it into perspective of just like, if I do this one thing, I know I'm going to feel better. And if you think about it, it's drinking water. Like it sometimes it is like, oh my God, did I even have a sip today? But like, it's important.
Okay. So water is one. I'll give you guys another example of what you're talking about. So recently, a family member just sent me a link to a study, but I've heard about this many, many times. But it's a simple act of making your bed. in the morning. And why is this such an important habit to cultivate and do? Number one, the article that was sent to me was like, multimillionaires all have this in common. They make their beds. Or, by the way, they probably pay people to make their beds. But
Totally.
that's when you know you've arrived.
My butler will be here any minute.
Exactly, my lady. But no, truthfully, like, so I knew this years ago, and there hasn't been a day that I don't make my bed.
Really?
And the funny thing about this article being sent to me is that it was mentioned, she was like, I noticed, Katie, all of the beds in your home were perfectly made. And I said, yep. I go, I must be on the right track. Wink, wink. And I think, why is this so important? Number one, you're taking a moment to take pride in your space. You're also reflecting while you're doing a kind of mindless activity. It's really mindless. And you're making an intention to say, this is going to be put together. And if nothing else happens throughout that day, I can at least say, I made my bed.
Totally.
And you've already accomplished something. But the cool thing about this habit is that one decision starts that cascade effect. Now when I go maybe pick out what I'm going to eat for breakfast, I'm going to go with a protein shake instead of the breakfast sandwich. Or now I'm going to have my glass of water and like take it slow. And just taking that moment to pause and make your bed is so critical. It just sets you into and propels you in a good place. So you could even say the only thing I'm going to do for the year of 2026 is make my bed every day. And I would love to hear from our listeners if they experience that cascade.
I love it. Well, and plus, like, I always think a made bed feels better getting in.
When you walk by it too. Well, you know what's so funny? My daughter said to me, Mom, why are you always making my bed like that? It's hard for me to get into. I go, it's not for you to get into. It's made right now because you're not sleeping in it. And when you're sleeping, we'll pull this blanket down and then it's all perfect for you to go to bed. Oh, she says. And yeah, you could just leave a messy bed, but I will kid you not, and this might be my OCD, walking by those rooms with the made beds makes me feel calm. It also, by the way, makes me think of my children when they aren't here and they're at school. And it's just a lot of positive feelings around it. Totally. So anyway, there's just some key habits. Drinking more water. They also say that people who exercise have a cascade, a snowball effect of making healthier food choices all day.
I know I do. Like, I don't want to eat a greasy burger.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not going to just delete my 3 miles I just spent
But
doing.
I always feel like I don't want that. Like, my body almost craves.
Yes. Fruits, veggies.
Yes. Like after. Stuff. Like, because I feel like I'm just like, I want to reward it with something good, right? When you get to that point.
Yeah. I mean, these are all little things that can make a big difference, obviously. I think the other really important thing, and we talk about, the good, the bad, and the bubbly here. It's so important, Ashley, as we go on this 365-day journey to check in and celebrate those micro moments where we stood up to our goals.
You have to. And you know what? I think to reflect on that a little bit too, there's so many times where, again, I'm the extremist. I will go in and just like do nothing. Like, I mean, allow nothing in my body.
Yes,
I worded that terribly. But what I mean is, like, I will go. Now I'm like, shoot, Katrina and I are doing this to April 15-pound thing, whatever. Like, I'm not even going to like look at booze or like, like I am that extremist, but you kind of lose out on life.
Yeah. You got to find your
medium. You have to find your balance and you have to realize like, oh, one cocktail, if I want that, doesn't have to set me back.
No, you know what I mean? For it.
Exactly.
And adjust.
Exactly. And I think that is life. That's like the perfect metaphor for everything. There's going to be road bumps. There's going to be things you're going to have to swerve.
Yeah.
You're going to have to speed up. You're going to have to slow down.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to adjust and meet yourself where you are. Because you don't want to miss out either. I think the biggest thing too is giving yourself grace in these decisions because we are humans.
Right.
And we're going to fail. And we're going to kick ass.
Yep.
And just don't be hard on yourself.
Yep. And if it's as simple as you want a new career and hey, today you actually went on a job board and looked for something, congrats. You took a step.
Totally.
You took 15 minutes, you took 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Like pause and say, well, at least I'm doing something.
Totally.
At least I, got my 10K steps in today.
Yes.
Right. And give yourself that high five.
Right. And I think the hard part about if we fall off track is getting back on track.
Yes.
Right?
One mess up is not an excuse to completely abandon your goals.
And that's my extremist heart being like, oh, no, that means I did fail and I just don't care anymore. But it's like, that is life. And you gotta meet yourself where you are. I think that's the biggest takeaway, and looking at your why too.
Yeah, but
it will help discover.
But also knowing if you fall off, right, is that it's not permission or an excuse to completely abandon your goal.
Don't be the mid-Feb peeps.
Yeah, don't. Hashtag, let's get it down to,
mid-November.
Yeah, no. We'll say 25% goal failure by mid-February.
Yeah.
So how about this, listeners? If you're in mid-February, you're still holding on momentum to your goals, remember, you're in that 20%.
Yes.
Like, what a magical feeling. And don't we all want to be like in the top 10%? We should like 1% maybe. So kudos to you guys getting out there, at least having a goal to start with, but keep them fresh. Keep them in front of you, adjust, calibrate, give grace, and celebrate those little wins.
And let it speak to you.
Yeah.
Right?
It has to be intentional.
Has to be.
Otherwise, 80% dead by Feb.
Ugh. Dead by Feb.
Dead by Feb.
Oh. And remember,
after every breakdown,
don't forget the bubbles.
And if you all have been loving us on this podcast as much as we've been loving creating these special moments with you guys, please take a moment to share this with someone you know. Spread the word. We want people to enjoy what we have. We want people to get sparked with motivation, ideas, and put some good in the world today.
Yes.
Bring those bubbly moments to someone else.
Please. And rate, review, subscribe, follow us on Insta, drop us a PM, private message. And thanks.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Bye.